Hi, I'm Jesse Bunger with Explicit Outdoors.
And I'm Harley Smith with Explicit Outdoors.
How long you guys been coyote hunting?
What, about 2012? About 13 or 14 is when we really got serious with it and started competition hunting. I'm hunting all the tournaments. And there was no tournaments down here. They were all up north. And then over the years, they've started coming down here. Now there's tournaments everywhere.
What do you guys prefer when you use calls?
We primarily use electric. I mean, he's got the Fox Pro, I got a Lucky Duck, and that's what we use. I mean, I use a diaphragm every now and again to howl or for pup distress or whatever, but we like to use hand calls. I would like to use hand calls.
Biggest thing's being different.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's so many people calling coyotes. When we first started, nobody was calling coyotes around here. So any sound you threw out there, they'd come running. And now there's only a handful of call manufacturers out there, so there's so many people that are using the same sounds. So that's our biggest deal. That's why we have two different calls. We try to run different sounds according to what everybody else is running and try not to educate coyotes.
Very, very pressured area that we hunt.
5 years ago, there was probably 10 people in this area that coyote hunted, and now there's 4 or 5 tournaments within a 50-mile radius that has 50 to 100 teams a tournament, you know. So I mean, there's hundreds of people calling, and from the January 1st mark to March, them coyotes are pressured. They've heard every sound there is, a lot of distress sounds. That's why we try to lean on the vocals a lot more, try to make the sounds that the coyotes are making, communicate with them, trick them a little bit easier than playing the same old rabbit. We've got hundreds of rabbit sounds too. You know, you want to follow their season. Like right now they're breeding. They're not as apt to go after a distress sound as they are the breeding sounds, the whimpers, the whines, the submissive sounds, the howls. And then here in another
fights and whatnot.
Right, here in another couple weeks they'll start denning. So it'll phase from all the breeding sounds, the estrus chirps and all that, into the fights, protecting the fights, and then it'll go right back into the small pup sounds, you know, when the little pups are born, females being protective over their dens, and then back into summer, you know. I mean, it's just a big circle. And we have sounds by 20 different sound manufacturers. I mean, people that actually raise coyotes, raise rabbits, and record their own sounds. And that's why I like the Fox Pro, because it's got the Fox pitch. I can change the pitch of one sound, so I can turn one sound into 2 or 3 different sounds instead of using my whole sound library. We try not to play the same sounds, the same property very often at all. Once they hear it, they're educated to it and they're done with it. Hand calls, I think you can definitely have success with hand calls over electronic calls, because you're never going to duplicate the same sound, just like we talked about having different sounds. I mean, he can take the same hand call as I have, and neither one of us are going to blow it the exact same. You know, they're 2 totally different sounds are going to come out of them. The only thing I don't like about hand calls is the sounds on you. So when a coyote comes in, they're looking for the sound, they're looking at you. Where electronic call, you can get away from you, put their focus somewhere else, to where if you have to move or swing or switch shoulders or whatever, they're focused on the call and not you. They're a nuisance to farmers. You know, a lot of livestock farmers don't want them around. They don't want them around their calves when they're calving season. And they repopulate like crazy, you know, so if you don't keep the numbers down, then they're going to take over pretty quick. And not only that, you know, like I'm not a farmer, you know, I don't have cows or livestock, but I like to turkey hunt, like to deer hunt. So if we can help control the coyote population, we can hopefully keep them from impacting the turkey and deer and rabbits and squirrels and all that population. This is calling season, this is tournament season, so we're going to try to hit 50 by turkey season and try to hit 100 for the year. It's our goal.